Your brain is creating thoughts right now about itself. That's how powerful it is. These 10 facts will reveal just how extraordinary the human brain truly is, and you won't think the same way again. Fact 1. The brain is 75% water, and that changes everything. The human brain might seem solid and complex, but it's surprisingly watery, roughly 3/4 water by volume. This high water content plays a crucial role in conducting electrical signals, regulating temperature, and protecting brain tissue through cerebrospinal fluid. Even a 2% drop in hydration can start impairing attention, short-term memory, and mood. So if you've ever felt mentally sluggish, it might be because your brain is literally drying out. Fact 2. Your brain generates enough electricity to power a light bulb. At rest, your brain produces about 20 watts of electrical power, roughly the same as a small light bulb. This electricity comes from billions of neurons communicating through electrical impulses. Each neuron can fire hundreds of times per second, and with around 86 billion neurons, your brain can generate hundreds of billions of messages per second. It's a bioelectrical storm occurring non-stop, even while you sleep. Fact 3. No, you don't use just 10% of your brain. The idea that we only use 10% of our brain is one of the most persistent neuroscience myths. In reality, brain scans show activity coursing through almost every region, even when you're doing something as simple as reading or listening to music. Different brain regions handle everything from motor function to sensory perception, emotional regulation, language and memory, and these systems constantly work together in real time. You're using all of your brain, just not all at once. Fact 4. The brain's connectivity outnumbers the stars. The human brain contains around 86 billion neurons, and each one can form connections with thousands of others, creating more than 100 trillion synapses, the tiny gaps through which neurons pass signals. That's more connections than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. These connections form your thoughts, habits, memories, skills, even your identity. Every memory you've ever had is represented by a unique pattern of these connections. Fact 5. Sleep is your brain's nightly housekeeping shift. While you sleep, your brain doesn't power down. It powers up a cleaning system called the glymphatic system. This system activates at night to flush out toxins, including beta amyloid, a protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. Sleep also plays a vital role in memory consolidation. Without it, the brain struggles to convert short-term experiences into long-term memories. That's why a good night's sleep is just as essential for learning as studying itself. Fact 6. The brain's memory capacity could store millions of books. Your brain has a theoretical storage capacity estimated between 2.5 to 4 petabytes. That's equivalent to around 3 million hours of video or 4.7 billion books. The hippocampus, a small curved region in your brain, plays a key role in this massive data storage by converting short-term memories into long-term ones. What's even more incredible? Unlike a hard drive, the brain doesn't store memories in fixed locations. It creates overlapping networks that adapt and change as you recall and re-experience them. Fact 7. Your brain isn't fully grown until around age 25. It may seem like we become adults at 18, but neuroscientifically speaking, your brain continues to develop well into your mid-20s. The last region to mature is the prefrontal cortex, responsible for impulse control, risk assessment, planning, and long-term decision-making. That's why teenagers are more likely to take risks and experience emotional volatility. Their brains are still wiring themselves for adult logic, empathy, and foresight. Fact 8. Your brain builds reality, not your eyes. While your eyes collect visual input, it's your brain that builds what you see. About 30% of your entire brain is involved in visual processing, yet your actual visual field is incomplete, blurry, and full of gaps. Your brain constantly fills in these blanks based on past experiences, expectations, and context. That's why optical illusions work. They trick your brain into interpreting false patterns as reality. In short, your vision is more of a best guess than a camera feed. Fact 9. Learning literally changes the structure of your brain. Every time you learn a new skill or piece of information, your brain undergoes neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire itself by forming new neural connections. In certain regions, like the hippocampus, new neurons can actually grow, a phenomenon called adult neurogenesis. This means learning is not just gaining knowledge, it's physically transforming your brain, reinforcing existing networks or creating entirely new ones. Fact 10. The brain can't feel pain, but it processes all of it. Ironically, while the brain processes pain from all over your body, it has no pain receptors itself. That's why awake brain surgery is possible, and patients can be conscious during the operation without feeling any direct pain. This also makes pain perception incredibly complex. Pain isn't just physical, it's shaped by emotion, memory, and expectation, all of which are governed by the brain. So, the experience of pain is both real and psychological, created by the very organ that doesn't feel it. From memory networks that rival galaxies to electrical storms firing in your sleep, the human brain is the most intricate structure in the known universe. And it's running the show right now. If these facts blew your mind even a little, subscribe for more deep dive discoveries and share your favorite brain fact in the comments below. And remember, you are your brain, but your brain is still learning what that means.